John, can you help me out? So guys, let's discuss now lesson 11, right? Lesson 11 is the elevator sweep. You can just have a seat. Lesson 11 is the elevator sweep. It's divided into two sections, which is the standard variation, and then the second section is a headlock variation if the person who you're fighting makes an adjustment. I find myself in a scenario where John has ended up in the guard top position because I was mounted on him and he threw me off. I wasn't able to maintain my mount controls. So of course, immediately when I end up in the guard bottom position, I look to get to stage 1. Right? I hold the head, I swim over the arm and hold it tight, and I make sure that he can't punch me. Right? If he starts to punch me in the face here, I'm pretty safe. And it's hard for him to touch the body, right? Because I keep the head on this side. He may not like this because there's not so much leverage for him. So it makes sense for him to adjust his body to punch me more effectively. One of the things he'll do is step up on this foot because that's his punching side. And look, when he steps here, he gives himself an anchor and a grounding from which he can leverage, boom, the punch is down, right? This is dangerous for me. And so I want to reverse this position as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. As soon as the person steps like this, right, they may also start to drive themselves down and make it easier to reach my face, right? I can't stay here. I can't stay here. So this is what I do. Right, the elevator sweep, the elevator hook sweep. Let's look at the process that puts this in motion successfully. Close guard, stage 1. Make sure that I'm swimming inside and over the arm and holding it close so that he can't pull it away and punch me. Right? Now he adjusts by stepping up and try to throw a punch, and he's driving his weight forward. That's great because right now I can still hide my head and not worry too much about the punch. And I can even use my legs to bring him a little closer. Maybe I put him too over the top, so he has to sit himself back to punch a little bit. And of course, when he sits back, I hold the head, making it hard for him to sit up. And if he does, I even go with him a little bit, right? The idea here is stay close enough that I'm not going to get punched. In order to sweep, I need to get this foot here under his leg. Now look how difficult it is if I just try to pull it straight back and then I have to shove it down, right? Or if I try to figure out some other, no. There's a very simple way to do this. The simple way to do this is to open the guard and then use my calf here to hang my weight, look, hang my weight on his leg. I can easily lift my hips, and once my hips are open, they can swing like a hammock, right? And I'm going to swing the hammock this way so that I face him. And now watch my leg. From the knee down it moves, and it circles all the way to the outside until it comes in and it catches. Look, the top part of the foot is like a hook. Boom, directly under the thigh, directly under the thigh. To finish the sweep, if I just try to cross my legs here and pull him, he may have a wide enough base to prevent himself from falling. So I'm going to pummel now under this arm. And it makes it easy to do that because, of course, he's still trying to punch and drive his weight, right? So he gives me a little space. Look, I'm under the arm. I'm under the arm. And I want to keep him moving in this direction over me. The idea here is take all of the weight and put it on me so that the legs are light. All of the weight concentrated to the upper body so that the legs are light. And then in order to finish the sweep, this outside leg, if the camera can come over here, right? This outside leg, I just drop it and I'm going to chop from the knee down. Just like I circled from the knee down to put the hook in, I'm going to chop from the knee down. So I chop, stretch, right? Reach for the sky, and then I just lift the hook a little bit to elevate the side. And I put all the weight on this side of his body, and because I'm holding the arm and chopping the leg, he can't make a base, and he goes. And I follow him right to the mounted position.
low and wide, right? Low and wide, chest on chest, feet together, soles of the feet together, hips driving down, head next to his. Right, one more time.
When he sits up, we're already in stage one. He gives himself an upper support structure by posting his leg, and he drives himself forward so he can punch more effectively. Great. I open the guard, hang the weight, move the hips like a hammock, and go underneath. Now look, here's a perfect example. He's so close that I swung the hips and I tried to make the circle, but I still don't have enough space. Guess what? Do it again. Now I have the space. So as many times as you need to escape the hips, you do it. Circle, thigh hook. As I pull him forward a little bit, I pummel underneath, and now I'm going to lift the hook, right? Stretch the arm, and chop the leg. Right to the mounted position. Make sense? Okay, let's give it a try, guys.